All right, welcome back to Who Taught Us That podcast with Jay and Miss Lady. So, Miss Lady, what are we talking about today?
All right. All right, check this. I want to know, do you recognize yourself?
Yes. I know you wasn't thinking I was going to say no.
Like, do you wear a mask? Do you think you wear a mask?
I don't think I wear a mask, no.
All right, I'm going to ask you 3 questions.
Yes, let's go.
All right, the first one is, you answer the first one. The second one is, do you know how to switch it off?
Yes.
You do know how to switch it off?
Yes.
Okay. And the third one is, do you have any nicknames?
For myself?
Or what people call you, or,
I don't think so. I'm trying to think.
Even in your, past life, you was known as,
I don't
9mm J.
Right. No, I don't think I ever really had any nicknames, but yeah, you can put me in any room. It don't matter. I could be with, the people on the street. I could be with the homeless people. I could be in with the people with the suits, the white collar. I blend right in. Yeah, I know how to turn it on, turn it off.
So the reason behind my question, because I want to know who taught us, this. Certain people put on masks.
Mm-hmm.
They put on different faces.
Yes.
They know how to switch it up.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes you might recognize that you're doing it, and sometimes you don't. We had a conversation not too long ago, and you were saying that you don't believe, or you don't believe that some people know when they're being evil or being negative.
Yes.
Negative.
Mm-hmm.
That was your word.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, yes, you do. But then I was thinking about that, and I'm like, do we recognize ourselves?
I don't think some people perceive themselves as being evil and turning it on and off.
No, recognizing.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, if I had a nickname, which I might. I might have been known for some things back in the day, but I'm just saying, am I that person? And who am I? Am I that person around certain people? And then when I get wherever, am I somebody else? Like, and if you told me something about myself, can I recognize that about me? Or am I going to argue with you and say, no, that's not me, but really it is?
Well, I think that's very common for people not to recognize who they really are because they don't want to be portrayed in a negative light. So if I see that you are negative in certain situations and I say that to you, of course you're going to defend yourself. So a lot of people know they don't see that they are being negative. That's just like when people are raised by their parents and they always don't like that one parent. But that's the parent that they most act like. That's very common. I hate when my mama do this. I hate when and in my mind I'm thinking you do it all the time. But people don't realize that they pick up that very behavior that they didn't like of somebody else, that's very common for them to,
So you're thinking that that's learned behavior versus somebody, well, I guess it could be the same if they taught us that.
Indirectly, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. I kind of feel like, I agree with what you're saying, but I feel like some people, especially people with nicknames, I don't know why, but I've always thought this. I've always thought like, oh, you are being that character that people know you for. So like on the streets, if you known for, oh, that's such and such.
Yeah, now that, I have seen people change up because everybody is calling them their street nickname, and now here comes this tough guy. But I remember when I had my first son and I was going to this parenting class, and I would call him something. I can't remember the nickname is. I'm going to say it was Sweetie or Pumpkin or something. And the instructor said, why are you choosing not to call your child by the name that you gave them? And I was like, huh? And they was like, that your child will begin to reflect the name that you are calling them. So, that's why they try to teach you don't cuss at your kids, don't use, all these little antidote names to refer to people because then that person becomes to be that.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think it is
Yeah.
taught learned behavior.
I definitely agree with that. I feel like, yeah, it's just however they're acting in that moment, whether it's good, bad. Oh, you like when I act this way, I get treated this way, or when you
Yeah.
call me this, then so this is how I'm gonna choose to act when I. All right, so now we're gonna kind of go a little bit deeper into this.
Yeah.
Do you think split personalities, and we ain't talking medical here, we just conversation here, I don't want to make nobody mad, but you think those are created in some
Yes.
people?
Yes. I do.
Okay.
Because I think some people, so a prime example of this is when they said, when people say, don't start talking slick because you're drunk. You get that liquor courage. You know, they want to act like they somebody else. You know, when I could tell when you acting drunk versus when you are drunk. And when you acting drunk, you know, now you got all this courage to say some stuff that you wouldn't say when you were sober.
Right.
But now you tough and you going to give me a pass because I'm drunk. And it's like, no, I'm not going to give you a pass. When you wake up from your drunkenness, you can ask me how you got your black eye. Like, you know what we doing, because you're not gonna talk crazy to me. And I know a lot of people always say that don't start running your mouth when you get to drinking, because I'm not gonna forget nothing you say. And I have a sister that always say that you can't take back words, which is so true. You can't take back words, and so you kind of have to be careful what you say. But yeah, I think people do have split personalities.
I do. I don't. That's one of those you can't get a pass from me. Because you saying that because you want to blame it on the you know, you want to blame it on something instead of just saying it with your chest. That's how you really feel.
Right. Yeah.
Oh, I was drunk. Oh, what happened? I don't even remember. Yes, you do.
Yes, you do.
I believe that. I believe they do remember, and people make excuses. And so with that, you know, do they recognize themselves? Like, am I weak because I need a little bit of alcohol to say what I want to say?
Yes.
And so I need
absolutely.
I need to recognize that I'm a weak woman.
You weak, yeah. Because you should be able to say what you feel at that time. But yeah, a lot of people do that all the time, and it's just, you know, or they're overly friendly to their friend's husband. Now all of a sudden you know, rubbing on their chest, and it's like, no, sweetie, we not doing that. But people do that all the time. Or you only tough when you with this group of friends, but when you by yourself, you humble as a pie. But when you get around the friends that you know are going to be aggressive with you, now all of a sudden you tough and you want to share all this information versus when you
language
by yourself.
Is a little bit more vulgar and all that. You want to talk a little bit louder and all. Yeah, I agree with that.
Like
I've
some
seen
people
that.
only cuss when they're around certain other cussers. You know, they ain't gonna cuss when they're around church people or what, you know. But you know, and that makes me think about people who were raised in the church, and they have seen the deacons and the pastors act one way on Sunday, but you know, they all get together all through the week, so they have seen them out of their element when they don't have on the road. And that's why you can always pick out a church kid, always, because as they get older, they have less and less and less respect for people who lead the church, because they have already seen them in all seasons, so to speak, you know, when outside of the church hour.
So when do you think it's okay to pull off your mask and just be who you are?
You should always be like that.
From, you know, what about going through high school and people are being bullied and, you know, you got to make it. You got to pick your clique that you got to go hang with.
That's so horrible, but yes.
It is. But when do you think people... I agree with you that you should, but in some cases, when you grown, when you out of high school, when you...
No, it should start in the very beginning. You know, I always think about... now that my children are grown, I watch other people raise their kids, and they miss little clues to help their child have a better personality or outlook on life. So the kid is screaming something to you, but as a parent, sometimes you can miss that you should have reassured them that, let's say, the outfit was okay, or you should have reassured them that when they mispronounce that word, that it should, just to build their confidence up. But a lot of times as adults, we're so caught up in what's going on with us and all of that we miss all these little clues of how we can make our child or younger people around us, because they don't have to be a small kid to be a better them.
Mm-hmm.
But all of that is, based on their interaction with people when they're outside the world. The biggest problem right now is the darn phones and being influenced by what you see all the time. I think families have less influence on children than they think they do right now, because they're so in tune to what they see on the screen.
That's true. I think it's kind of the same. I mean, there is a very large, because the phone is so convenient, to be in our hands 24/7. But remember this. Remember when we were growing up, you come home from school and your parents ain't there. That child plopped themselves in front of that TV, and now you have all these shows that are influencing them as well. So it's just like the phone, but it's
No,
like,
it's not.
but the phone is mobile. You don't think it's the same?
No, I don't. And
Okay,
the reason why I say that is because when we were growing up, not saying the ages, those
We're more
TV
positive.
shows, they were so wholesome.
Yeah, that's true. That is true.
Because if you think really far back, they didn't even let the man and the woman sleep in the same bed.
Yeah, that's true. I guess I'm thinking of, you're right.
However, as my kids
grew up,
you could see in these cartoons how vulgar they really were. Yeah. And I had to tell parents now, I'm like, yeah, those cartoons are not made for the child. They are saying some stuff. I was just watching this one reel about Tom and Jerry and how they were saying, you thought it was this, but really it was it, and I said, yeah, they was wrong in so many ways, but you sat there and watched it over and over again.
Right. And so they taught us violence, with the, I can't remember, they was always chasing Tom and Jerry.
Yeah.
The one road runner, whatever, throwing bricks on the head and.
Right.
I ain't gonna say the cartoons influenced us, but I mean, it did kind of teach us how to be violent a little bit.
Right. What you don't, at the time, you didn't think of nothing of it, but then when you really start analyzing, you're like, yeah, wasn't none of them things right. But now it's just, I think it's because you were seeing people, whether it's real or fake, actually fight each other, cuss each other out, have a gun, or whatever the case may be, dressing real, revealing.
Yeah, I wonder, because I think it's so easy, especially, you mentioned the phones and the influencers.
Yeah.
It's so easy now for people to put on this mask and become whoever I want you to know me as or whatever. And I'm walking around acting like I'm this person when really I'm not.
Yeah. And it's so sad, too, because the flip side to the phone is you see a lot of influencers, they get on these talk shows and they're crying because they're being bullied because people are saying, oh, that ain't this, that ain't that. Like this one girl, I think she lives somewhere in Asia. I don't know where exactly, but she speaks fluent Chinese and French and something else. And so she dresses the culture where she is, and she greets, she does everything like them, and she's been over there for a while, and people in her comments just going crazy. You are black, you this, you that. And she's just extremely modest. She's like, this is just who I am. I'm sorry that you all feel this way, and da 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 da. But when she goes out in public, like all of the Asian people are just staring at her because they just have never ran across an African-American female. And it's just funny to me. But, people are just very hateful.
They are. They are. They these people today, how they think they can run your life is just amazing to me. What concerns me, and it's not necessarily the mask part, but I hear a lot of young women are being hurt and unalived. And, they just trusting these people that they meet online and getting on a plane and flying to them and never making it back home. And it's just like, that is very concerning. Like, I don't have nothing against online dating or meeting somebody online or whatever, but
Really?
okay, I'm saying
I do. 'Cause it's
me
scary.
personally
I need
would
to know
not.
the whole background. Who you went to high school with?
I
everything.
agree. No. Let me clean that up.
Yeah, please.
Me personally, I would never. And I know
Right.
they say never say never.
Mhm.
I would not.
You ain't
But
gonna
if
do a
that's what
profile.
you,
I'm gonna have to go look and see if you got a profile.
you go ahead. If that's what you want to do, I got my opinion, but if that's what you want to do, if that's what makes you happy, I'm not gonna hate you and throw hateful things at
Right,
and be
yeah.
like, you stupid, because blah blah.
Mhm.
That's what I mean. People like, okay, if that's what you want to do, if that's what Jay want to do, so be it. That's your life. I'm happy for you. Why
Well,
can't
I'm not
people
gonna
be
do
that
it.
way? Why can't people? Why they gotta just be like evil and mad at what I do, the choices I make in
Well,
my
I
life?
think a lot of people hide behind. That's a mask too. They hide behind the screen. You know, like they know you would never figure out who they are and all that because people put up fake profiles all the time so that they can be ugly like that. But yeah, I don't know. You know, and that is concerning. The biggest thing is like these big age gaps. A lot of people don't understand that when they date outside the race, that's going to be issues sometimes, good or bad. I mean, because you have to learn how the person was raised and what their values are. And sometimes that doesn't come up until you have a child or you live together, and then all this other stuff starts surfacing, and you're like, oh, I didn't know you thought that, or, you know, and they're like, yeah, like, and it's very common for them. So,
Yeah, and you don't even know nothing about these people, this person, whoever, and you flying someplace. You don't know nothing. Your family don't know where you're going. No, I mean,
yeah, people do have that bad not telling
yeah,
other people where they're going.
Just jumping on a
I be on my
plane and-
friends and my family's head. I'm gonna need you to text me when you get there. I need to know where it is. I need to know what flight you on. All the things because, yeah.
and they, like you said, they think they're meeting an image,
Mm-hmm.
and they get there, and I don't know what happens. I'm not, but something, you know, it's like, come on now, come on. I'm gonna need y'all to.
But I mean,
smarter.
again, people are so trusting because people believe that other people are like them. And that's what I have to tell people all the time. I know that you're kind, and I know, but that don't mean that your friends are.
Right.
And I don't understand why you don't see that. Like, I have to say that so many times
Because
to
they got on a
somebody.
mask.
I'm like, you realize that that person just lied to you.
No.
You know, and they don't get it. And I'm just like, please wake up.
Because I got this mask on.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's yes. And I think people want to believe in people, like you saying.
Mm-hmm.
You want to believe that. Why would they lie to me? Why would
exactly.
they do that?
They're
Why would
usually taken aback by that.
Yeah.
But other people put on masks because they want to be liked. And so, oh, I can get you to laugh if I do this.
Yes.
Oh, I can get you to do, you know, really talk highly of me when I'm this way or when I dress this way. I like all the compliments when y'all say I look nice. And so, you know, people do put on masks because they want to be applauded sometimes too.
Oh, you just change your outfit and get a compliment. I mean, that don't mean
No,
you gotta,
because if I wear my hair a certain way,
you
and
just got a
people
new
feel-
hairstyle.
No, and people never say nothing about my hair, and then I go and put extensions in or cut it off, whatever the case may be, it gets your attention, and so now you're like, oh, I like your hair, or, you know, and then you're like, oh, okay, or I like your makeup, I like your glasses, and now I'm wearing them all the time because I keep getting all these compliments.
That's just an image. That's an image. You either building that image up or for somebody to tear it down.
I understand that. But, I mean, a lot of people don't get that. They need that recognition, that acknowledgement.
This comes into their love language.
Yes, like they need that from other people.
That attention that they didn't get from their mommy and
I
daddy.
don't know where they didn't get it from.
Mommy daddy issues.
I don't want to say it's that. I think a lot of people... I enjoyed high school. That was the best time of my life was high school. But I know
Never. You couldn't pay me enough.
If I could go back to high school, I would. My classmates were so much fun. My whole my graduating class, we got along with each other. And when I got along with the undergrad, we had a good time. I mean, it was really nice. I enjoyed high school. So if I could go back, I could. But I hear a lot of people who just had all these horrible experiences in high school. And I'm like, oh my God, I don't know. Like, it's just really something. And so when I see people, I'm excited about seeing them, whether I hung out with them or not.
I be hiding around. Oh, there goes such and such. I ain't gonna go out the door yet. They're going. I was not, no. And I'm not gonna say it was horrible. It wasn't horrible, but it's nothing I want to revisit. Like, can I just skip over that and get to the age of 20, 21, somewhere around there? Yeah.
I had a good time in high school. I mean, our principal was cool. It was just, I don't know. That was always good.
You was probably, when you on like I
was
you a
on
cheerleader
everything.
and all that?
I was a girl.
Yeah, that's why you was probably voted most popular to succeed and best dressed and all that.
I was a kid that didn't want to go home, so when they had a new program, I was like, "Sign me up,
yeah,
sign me up." It wasn't nothing to do at home, so yeah, I'm all right. What y'all need? Y'all need somebody to take score? Okay, I'm gonna do it. Y'all need this? Okay, I'm gonna do it. So yeah, I just had a good time in high school.
Yeah, no, I wasn't it. And I wasn't trying to go home either, but I wasn't trying to stay in the school. I was trying to get as far away as possible. Leave me alone.
But I see people now who I did think one thing about them, but then later on you find out that it was something different going on with them. But, do you think that about people who wear a lot of makeup? Do you think they're hiding something other than blotches on their face or,
I do. I think that people cover up a lot, whether it's the clothes they wear, the makeup, the hair. I do think that the more attention, the more things you do to draw attention, you are saying something. I don't know what you're saying, but something. There's one thing to feel pretty, because some people want to dress, and there's nothing wrong with that. But then when you can't go without it, like, oh, I can't leave. I don't have my face on. I don't have my makeup on. I can't run to the store.
I disagree with that. Some people, I know some people, that's just who they are. Like, I know.
That's who they are, but are they happy?
They say they are, and I can't speak on if they happy or not. But some people I know, they are not going to leave the house without looking nice, without putting on makeup, without smelling good. Like, they're just not going to do that.
I'm laughing because I remember one time I went somewhere. Was it Walmart? Did I run into you? You was like, Because, I would throw on a baseball hat, some sweats, and
looking rough. I probably was like, girl, are you homeless or what? Do you need help? You need some
like,
gas money?
Need you. And I'm like, what? What's the problem? I ain't going to look. And you was like, don't you come out the house looking like that no more. Because I didn't care. I do not care. If I'm going to the store, I'm just going to the store. Why
okay, so how do you feel about people that wear the bonnets to the airport and the pajamas to the store and the house shoes? Like, so you are okay with all that?
No, because I'm going to put some clothes on. They
think they have on clothes.
I think here's my thing with me.
Because everybody got so mad at Monique for making that comment. But
she did. I didn't get mad at her. But how I feel about it is Monday through Friday, if I'm having to put on clothes, get up every day.
Oh, goodness. Why we got to select the day of the week?
I'm just saying, I'm getting dressed. I'm getting up. I got to go put on clothes, shoes, go to work. Saturday, Sunday, I'm putting on tennis shoes, whatever is comfortable. That was always my thing. Like, I don't have to get up and make myself look. I don't care, So if I'm just
everybody doesn't work Monday through Friday, and that's the one thing I say about. I see this with a lot of beauticians, a lot of people in the medical field that wear scrubs all the time. If they wear uniforms, especially people that work like for the city, they have on a uniform all the time, and then when they're off work, they go out their way to look extremely nice because they don't have to put on their uniform anymore.
Mm-hmm.
And so I wouldn't say that they're trying to cover up anything. I think they're just excited about putting on
Regular clothes.
Yeah, regular clothes.
And that's different. I can see that because, like you said, if I wore a uniform every day, then I might have a different attitude. That's like our kids that have to wear uniforms going to school. On the weekend, they dress like they got put on their shoes and all that. Because now,
right,
I don't
even though
have
they ain't
to.
going over.
They don't. But in they mind, somebody come over, I don't have to wear what you telling me. So it's I guess it's based on the situation.
Mm-hmm.
You're making me wear this uniform, so now I'm on my time. I don't have to do what you.
So they making you dress up during the week. So on the weekend, you like bump that. I'm gonna put on one.
Exactly.
I'm gonna need you to iron your shirt before you come outside.
I ain't ironing nothing.
Somebody came and picked me up. I said, "Oh, you didn't want to iron?"
Yeah.
And they just looked at me. I said, "But it's okay. We're gonna keep rolling." But yeah, the iron was just right. I know you walked past it, and I know all you had to do was. Turn it out and just go.
I was horrible. I was horrible. Like, look, what we going to?
The thing about the bonnet and the pajamas and the house shoes and all that, the one thing that I don't like about it is I don't understand why we're the only ones doing that.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that is what bothers me. And the other part about it is, typically if you ask somebody about it, they always say, well, I'm going to get it together to wherever I'm going. But you're going there. And so you've already given your first impression with what you look like right now. So regardless of what you look like later on, whoever you're trying to impress is not impressed because of how you started.
Right. What's the name saying? Taraji say in that movie? If you stay ready, you don't have to get ready.
Exactly, yeah. And sometimes I think too, even though pajamas are very comfortable, people fail to realize that the material fades out. In certain areas. And so when you go outside and you can see
right through
it, I'm like, do you not know we can see all your stuff? Like,
I think some people know. You can't convince me that you don't know what you looking like.
Yeah.
Now, it could be one of those, one isolated incident where, I got to run over here and I happen to run into you and this ain't my normal. Like, but then you have people that make a habit of it. I think, they get like, that was good. Let me just do that again. And next thing you know, it's just, I don't care.
Yeah.
But I agree with you. I think people know what they looking like. I just think they have the I don't care attitude. I don't care. These are my clothes. But
then they put on the mask later on, and I mean, they look like a whole different person once they take all that off.
Because they want you to know that they can clean up good. Again, it's wanting the attention. I can clean up real good. I don't look like the same. This is what you thought you met, but this is who I am. I'm just saying.
So when people wake up in the morning, they're like, "Ooh, oh no,
yeah, that's what you thought.
No, thank you. No, thank you.
Yeah.
I mean, you see a lot of people like that. I mean, I try to look decent when I go out my house. I mean, I have moments where I'm just like, oh, please don't let me run into one person that I know.
Again, look here.
And I always run into somebody when I look like that. So I try my best to look presentable.
Mm-hmm. I've tried to clean it up here and there, but sometimes I'm just depends on what type of day I'm having.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness.
I know you so disappointed in me. Like, I'm going to need you to get it together. I do have it together. What you talking about?
You must have looked like you ran into a train if I kept saying it.
You said you was so disappointed.
What are we doing?
Cracking up. I thought that was the funniest thing.
No, it couldn't have been funny.
Because you could, you good at telling, like if it's really bothering you. What we got going on here? What you doing?
Yeah, okay, so answer your own questions.
Okay, let me remember. What did I say? I do have a nickname. I thought I did answer.
You did say you had a nickname. You didn't tell us what your nickname is.
I ain't going to tell you my nickname.
You can't tell us the nickname. Okay.
That's confidential.
And you said that you don't wear a mask.
No, I don't think I wear a mask. It's not I don't think. I know I don't wear a mask.
But why do you think that is? Who taught you that?
I don't know if it was just me coming into myself as I grew up.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I don't know if it's so much as me being taught, but maybe just getting to a point where I do think I allow people to get over on me or being a pushover at times. And I think
Oh,
at some point,
no way.
I promise you, yeah, I think
No.
at some point I got tired of it. And then, yeah.
I just,
Mm-hmm. The other one was the switch up. Do I do? So that one would
Yes,
be.
I see you switch
That's what I was
up.
gonna say. That one, like I've been told,
Uh-huh.
but I wouldn't say I do. Did you see? Okay, and so when I say switch up, let me describe. There was the Ball brothers,
Yes. Uh-huh.
and they had this man on their show, and he was like, did something, and he said he have to talk to corporate, like, oh, you're missing, some batteries, and you might want to come. And they said, well, how would you like to talk to him? And they did this whole scenario. Did you see that? They did a whole scenario where he was like, look here, man. Don't waste my time, Kai. I got things to do, And so they was talking about how he switched it up from corporate to this,
Sometimes
street.
you have to do that at work too. I mean, you have some staff that you can talk very professional to. Then you got the ones you like, listen, you got one more time.
Right.
And this is what's going to happen. Now, we're not going to talk about it no more.
Right.
And this and this and this and this. And then they just look at you. Because, if I said in my, I am so sorry that you are struggling to get to work on time.
They don't hear you.
And I am really working with you. Yeah, they don't hear me until I go, listen, you got one, this is it. Because I'm not going to talk to you anymore. Don't even text my phone or call me to tell me you're going to be late. Just know that when you get here, you're going to take your stuff. Right. And then all of a sudden, they can get there on time.
My kids tell me I have to switch up. They tell me that. They be like, don't nobody know. Like, they think they talking to this type of woman until they see you. And they be like, hold up. I'm like, no, and my youngest just told me this, like, the other day. He was like, oh, that was your professional voice that you just used. So I was like, I don't have it. He's like, yeah, you do.
Yeah, you do.
So I'm like, no.
So. Yeah, it's just funny to me because you in particular, because you are so soft with your delivery, and I'm not, people think, oh, I'm going to call her. I don't want to talk to you, Jay. I be like, all right, because she about to give it to you because she's sick of you too. But go on and call her. Go on and call her. And then by the time they get done, they like, yeah, I'm calling you back because Miss Lady. I said, she done read you the ride at because she's sick of you. I said, people just don't get it. You try to be nice. And so I think everybody kind of had that switch up because after a while you do get sick of delivering the way that people want you to deliver stuff, especially if they're not responding the way that they need to.
Oh yeah, I know I can't. Like, don't try me. Don't push me, cause you're gonna get
don't push you.
No. Yeah, don't do it. Cause I don't think I wear a mask. I say I don't, but maybe I do. Maybe that other person comes out and I'll be like, hold on.
Because you're so nice. We just had that situation where people always think it's me and not you because I am so loud and vocal and I come across, which I will check somebody really quick, and you'd be like, yes, and and I said, But she the ugly one.
And look, right. But I think me. In regards to like meeting somebody and going out meeting, I think I am who I am.
You are.
I don't think I switch up.
Until they try you. But I think because of how you present yourself, people think it's easy to pop off and manipulate you. Yeah. And so then, you're quick to say, no. No. And then the first no, they don't hear. And so they just keep going on until you say, So I think that's the problem. See, I come across like, yeah, she looked like she gonna square up right off the bat and this and that. And I'm gonna laugh a couple of times, but yeah, I probably allow a little more than you. Would you agree with that?
Oh, definitely. Yeah. Definitely. Because I'm cutting you off. Yeah.
And I'd be like, well, maybe they didn't mean to say that to me like that. And you like, oh, yeah, they meant it. I'm like, oh, no way. And then they'll do it again. I'd be like, girl, They done did it again. But yeah, by the next time we done. Not yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. And what about taking constructive criticism? Can you take constructive
I think I
criticism?
have matured to be able to take constructive criticism. I can remember not being able to because, like you mentioned before, I didn't see what other people saw,
Mm-hmm.
especially like in my delivery. People were like, "What?" And to me, it was nothing. But then I had to, as I matured, I had to begin to say, you could say that a little better. Like the first words that surface to your tongue don't have to be what come out your mouth, which is very
Right.
difficult for me because my words are always negative and very slittish. Like,
So, what would be some good advice that you would give to a younger person? Because like I said, I think it probably high school, whatever,
mhm.
to help them not put on these masks, not wear these masks, but be happy with themselves. Like, you don't
Yeah.
have to wear a mask. You don't have to pretend to be somebody you're not.
Well, I always tell younger people that you have to be comfortable with who you are, what you look like, what you wear, how you smell, your everything. Like you have to be comfortable from the inside out.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's where people go wrong at is they want to be comfortable from the outside in.
Mm.
But if the inside of you is corroded, eventually it's going to be represented on the outside. And so for a young person, if you like to skateboard. Who cares if nobody else at the school is not doing it? Because either you're going to make it cool or you're not going to make it cool. And I think that's where people go wrong. And I think parents mess up not celebrating kids that want to do something different. So if you got a kid that likes sports and now you got a kid that don't like sports, are you going to make that kid feel bad? Are you going to make them play sports?
Mm.
Or are you going to say, well, what do you want to do? And they're like, oh, I want to play chess. And you're like, chess? How do you feel
Yeah,
about that?
because your daddy's 6'7",
Uh-huh.
and he wants you to play about you
Yeah.
6'4",
Yeah,
and I would just want to play chess.
exactly. And
So,
so,
do you think the parents contribute to the
oh,
that?
absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely. Because, like I said, the kid, you look at different cultural, how people handle raising kids. Like they'll show the parents who run and help the kid stand up. And then you have the
Mm-hmm.
parent that stands there and waits for the kid to figure out how to stand up. Just standing there. You have the parent who helps the kid walk across the raggedy road, but you got the other one who wants the kid. A lot of that builds into how they handle things as they grow up. Are they a
Mm-hmm.
fixer or are they waiting on somebody to fix it?
Mm. Interesting. Okay, maybe that's why I took stuff apart when I was growing up.
Right. And put it back together.
And put
I
it back
mean,
together.
yeah.
Yeah.
That's
Mm-hmm.
good though. I mean, that just shows that you have the patience to create something that wasn't there before. It was there, but it wasn't operable, but you made it
Yeah.
operable. So I think that says a lot about you being able to fix stuff.
Interesting. That's yeah. I never looked at it like that, but I definitely would do that. I would if something was broke. Oh, let me just take that apart.
Mm-hmm.
Of course we didn't have no money to go send it to get fixed, but I
Right.
could figure out how to
Right.
fix it.
They had showed this video of these triplets, and they could walk, but they were still using like tumbler cups. And the parent had put the cups on the opposite side of all this tape, like the tape was going
Mm-hmm.
X's straight and everything. And all of them stopped at the tape and started crying. Well, one of them started trying to get through the tape because they wanted the cup of milk or whatever. So only one of them figured out how to slide under the tape, get the cup, and instead of letting his brothers suffer, he just handed them the cup over the thing. Well, one of them just took the cup and was okay, but the third one just kept crying because they couldn't figure out how to get under the tape, even though they had the cup. They couldn't figure out how the other brother got under the tape. Now the brother who got on the other side of the tape then went back and he then went start playing with the other one, but the other one was still standing there crying. So what does that tell you about the one that couldn't figure out how to get on the tape, and two, just kept crying even though they had their cup.
He needed no.
Needed a hug.
He definitely need a hug. I saw that, and I was kind of disappointed, but then at the same time, I was like, okay, well, okay. So I saw it when somebody was kind of basically dissecting it, and so that person said that child wanted to be
With the person.
No, he didn't want to be with the person. He wanted to be the one to do it.
Right.
And so, like, he didn't want to be the loser. He wanted to get,
Exactly,
you
but he
know,
was.
right. But, and how he started crying to, you know, show that or whatever. So, did he need a hug or a do-over? In which I think have you seen, is another one.
Oh, I didn't see it. Okay.
There's a part 2.
Mm-hmm.
And the same thing happened again.
So only one of them made it under.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
No, 2. And he started crying again. But then he figured out how to get under it. And then
How?
he was
Because at first the one who went over it tried to hold the tape up like, here you go, but he was crying so hard he
Right.
couldn't see it.
So the second one, I think it was a different design.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And so I'm like, yeah, he need a hug. But I think it was more or less of wanting to be the winner. And
Do
so
you?
I do. And so it made me think like, man, I guess some of us are just born with that. Like,
But he didn't win.
He didn't win, but that's why he was mad. That's why he was crying.
Well, that ain't a winner. What? No.
Listen to what I'm saying.
Because I'm like, he ain't do nothing.
Miss.
Yeah, because I'm very competitive.
Yes,
and so
so
what,
you
he don't
should
give
know.
a-
You should understand what I'm trying to say.
What?
He was upset because
He lost.
Yes,
And
that's why he was crying.
What? No,
Yeah.
criers, we don't look. Winners don't cry. You figure out the next time. Now he could have bopped his brother upside the head for handing him his cup. Which did he throw it?
He
the
did. He
first
threw
time?
it down.
I think he did the
Yeah.
first time.
He
And
threw it down. He was upset.
That ain't how winners win.
I know that, but I'm just letting you know that's maybe he's because he has that drive. That
No,
drive
he
in
didn't.
him.
He did not have no drive,
He
girl.
wanted to figure it out. He wanted to figure it out, but when he couldn't, I ain't saying he was right.
Girl,
I'm not
listen,
saying he's right.
I can't have no empathy for the baby.
I
I'm sorry.
did not have empathy for the
I try
baby.
to put on my social hat, but my competition hat is just so big.
You
that
had 3 different. I think it was showing us that you had 3 different personalities. The middle one, he was cool either way. He did.
he didn't give
Yeah,
two poo-poos,
just
'cause
give me
he
my
just give
milk,
my milk.
and he went on about his business.
So he gonna be the one asking for money. Can
Probably.
I borrow
The
$5?
first one's like, let me figure this out. Okay, I figured out a way.
He gonna
All
be the-
right.
he gonna be the
y'all
one
ain't
without
got
the
to do
money.
nothing. I got y'all. And he get, But that other one, he's just like, no, I don't want your money and I ain't going nowhere. I'm mad because I should have figured this out.
But he never did anything.
tried.
But he didn't try very hard.
He did not try hard enough. It's like he let the invisible tape
defeat
stop him.
Yeah.
Because I think it might have touched his butt or something, and then
Yeah.
he gave up and went back.
Right.
Yeah.
So what do you think is going to become of that child?
He's going to probably make up excuses as to why he couldn't do whatever it was he was trying to do.
Yeah.
Because he gave up too soon.
Exactly. That's my point. So, no, I don't feel sorry for him.
I didn't feel sorry for him either, but I'm just telling you what probably happened. So you ain't...
What happened?
He wanted to win. He wanted the attention. But the first baby, beat him to it. And so he was mad about it. That's what happened.
Okay.
Are you mad now?
Yeah.
It was your story. How you gonna get mad at your story?
Because he just was crying. It was just annoying.
I mean,
like, what are we crying about? The baby tried to give you your bottom.
I agree. I didn't like the crying either because, you rather get in trouble at my house.
See?
Because why are you crying? Why are you crying?
And he was just crying so hard. And he was trying to show him how to, this is what I did.
Yes.
But you just falling out.
Right. You didn't even want to take the milk. I mean, your attitude is bad. He had a bad attitude.
So does he need counseling?
He needs something before he get to, because he had a bad attitude. Because I wouldn't why are you crying?
I was thinking maybe he wanted the parent that was on the other side, that's what had him upset. Like, as opposed to wanting the bottle. That's why I thought he threw it on the ground. Because I was like, well, maybe he wants whoever is on the other side of that thing. Like, I want to hang out with this person. That's what I was
But
thinking maybe.
I mean, he might have, but I didn't. Usually, they spread their arms like, "Here, come get me, pick me up." He didn't do that gesture.
That's true.
So,
Oh, well, I'm going to have to look for part 2. And, yeah. But who is doing the analyzing? And was it the person who did the taping or some random person who saw the video?
some random person that saw
so
it.
they don't know. Because
Yeah.
they not around the kid all the time to really know. Because maybe that was a one-time thing that kid behaved like that. No.
It wasn't, because he caught up in the second one too. He need a hug. Well, we I don't know how we can teach, to take off. It's okay to be you. I guess that's what we think. I don't think. Did you answer that?
Yeah, I think it's
Oh,
from,
yeah,
I
you
think
did
it's
say
from the
something.
parents
You think it's from the parents?
and the family members.
Well, what about when you get past a certain age, past the parents?
I
And
honestly
social
believe
media.
that once you have it, you have it. I've never, I don't know, but I see a lot of people who you think have it, and then they say how they was depressed and they was going to commit suicide. And I'll be like, Lord, I thought you had it together. So I don't know. You have to be able to understand to stand by yourself. I think that's what a lot of people don't really want to do.
Okay. I like that. Understand to stand by yourself. Okay. All right. Well, as always, we are grateful to those who joined us today discussing things that are challenging to our mindset. Don't forget to follow, like, and subscribe. Until the next time, become your own peace. Be slow to speak, fast to think. And before you release it, ask yourself, who taught us that?